Hi everyone, and welcome to Dismas the Pilgrim. I'm Dismas, and I will be your puzzle pilgrim for the day. We'll be going through daily puzzles from the New York Times with Wordle and all three difficulties of Pips. We are also going to be doing some of the Netflix Puzzled to Done series, where we will be doing Starstruck and several of the Sudokus and maybe one or two bonus puzzles from there. I will also be attempting the daily chess puzzle as well on chess.com, as well as at least a handful of their regular chess puzzles. We're also still trialing out some of the puzzles from the Telegraph, and we'll see how those go before they get added into our rotation properly. So I think we'll go to one of my favorites to start with, which is the Starstruck. Okay. So, Starstruck, the rules are as follows. You need to place a single star in each row, column, and colored region. Additionally, stars may not touch. Hey, welcome back, Duck Wizard. So yeah, those are the rules. So let's get into it. Okay, so firstly, we have a straight line here, which eliminates these, which gives us the yellow, which gives us the orange, and the red, blue, grey. Okay. Yeah, that was a very simple, easy. Like once you start making the eliminations from basic shapes, it all fell into place. We'll give the hard one a try. Yeah, they are very different vibes. Um, yeah, this is what I'm more like day to day. Yeah, this is what I'm more like day to day. Enigma is a special occasion. Okay, so first shape I've spotted, we've got long line. We've also got this L, which excludes from here because all of them look at here, and this one also touches. Um, Down here with the darker orange, I am not debating the fact that I'm mental. I can be mental whilst being chill at the same time. Um, yeah, so these are all either touching or see everything in there. We can't do the same with this shape. We can exclude from there with the yellow though. We can exclude from there because all of the purple touches it. That is literally one square too long for us to get away with excluding here. So let me just draw this out because I think I've spotted something. Draw it the whole way. Yeah. Okay, so in this row and column, it has to be um, lilac or brown. The same on this one. Have fun. Um, so yeah, it has to be along these lines and in these colours. But if we put it in, say, this one, it means that this top row would have to be contained here, and vice versa for the side, which means no matter what, it cannot be here, it cannot be in the rest of the colour. And we also get to wipe out the rest of this coloured region. Yeah, like that. I think my logic's sound there. Okay, so now we start looking for other like shared shape regions. So for example, I've just spotted one here. Spot a couple actually. Um, so, okay, so we've got a couple of different regions we can play with here. So firstly, these, like here on the left, we have has to be here or here because they're fully contained within this column or these two columns, which means it can't go there, which actually gives us this star. And the other one that I noticed is this, the two oranges are both fully contained, which means it can't be in this region. And now that we've got this shape here, we can do that. Okay, that also gives us, like those eliminations help in other ways. So there we have, now we have this region where we are fully contained in yellow, orange, and oh, no, I was wrong. I hadn't spotted that one. Okay, so that's going to take a little more looking. Let's see, what else have we got? Um, these two, three. Okay, we can get into a four here, but then they're all contained. So no, okay. Let's see. Okay, so we know for a fact that this has to be in that color, but we've also got nowhere else for it to go. Same with this column. Okay. Um, hmm. Caught myself out with this one a bit. Because I'm not spotting any shapes where we've got quite a bit that's all contained for us to start doing region exclusions again. Don't worry, it is just an energy drink. I'm not getting drunk on stream. Not today. Now, unfortunately, because of these shapes, like because of this extra one here, this shape doesn't comfortably fold into any of the regions that I want to test. Because we end up with a 4. Which means we'd need to find a way to contain like 3 or 4, like at least 4, like at least 3 colours and then only have 1 additional colour in there, and we can't do that. Because we're already at 3 here. 4, and then we still touch on these ones. So there's got to be another shape that I'm missing. So let's not touch back there. Is that one I've got there? Okay. Gotta be missing something. Let's go. So this region only touches all of these. Thanks to this, we can't do any exclusions with this line. Let the additional squares on these stop any extra exclusions. Same here. And these two are too long to make any additional exclusions based on proximity, like we did for this one. Which means I need to start looking at columns and rows. We've got add starting. I'll pause. Yeah, we've got a short ad break coming up. I'll carry on the puzzles once that's done. Like for those of you that don't see ads, we've stopped the puzzles just to make sure that the people who do have the ads running don't have like their viewing and the puzzles interrupted by them. If you stay active in chat, I will continue to interact with you guys at least, but for now, no puzzles. It should only be another minute or so before the ads are up. Okay, yeah, break seems to be over. Hey there, thanks for coming in. Yeah, the ad break is over now, so we'll get back to the puzzle. Okay, so I'm obviously missing something. We've got a nice little 3 region here and here, but we've already made exclusions based around that. Not spotting anything else, which is bothering me. The shapes in these coloured regions are like because they extend outside of like the standard columns and rows. So if I draw, that's the way that we would tend to do it. Let's see if we can fit this whole thing in. Actually, this might actually help. So this is 5, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. So yeah, we've got 5 regions that are fully contained in there. So we can actually exclude quite a bit, which gives us that blue, that purple. That's now a 2. So does that mean that can't be there? Ooh, have I messed up somewhere? Because if that can't be in there, we're now locked out from here. So, okay. Let's wind back a bit, see where I went wrong. I'll start over, and it shouldn't take too long to catch back up to where I was. Because something has gone hilariously wrong there. Right, so that's excluded. We've also got this. So I'm going to cut out the logic that I tried to do with the brown and purple there. That might have been where I went wrong. So for now, we'll just try and exclude based on rows and columns. Right, so it can't be there because on these 2 columns, it has to be contained there. 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so the last step that I tried to do with the 5 does still work. I'll walk us through that from the top. So we've got this fully contained, these 2 fully contained, this one, and this one, which means anything not in those regions, but within these lines, we get to remove as options. Okay. Okay, so this this shape here lets us exclude from there as well. It would have let us exclude from here, but we already have. Let's see if this one works. So in this region, we need 4 fully contained. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which means it can't be here, here, or here, which gives us that blue, which gives us the purple. We now know that if I clear that, yeah. With this being a straight line, we have to pull that. Okay. Here we have in these columns, we have the grey and the yellow fully contained. Okay, so now that we've done all that, the only place in this dark blue region it can be top left, which gives us the brown on the top in the bottom right. Where else? Okay, so the oranges match up for these columns, which means we can't have anything else in those columns, which gives us the red, which gives us the grey, yellow. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Yeah, all solves down after that. Okay, that was a good one. I got there in the end. I made a misstep with the logic right at the very beginning, but we managed to correct. Thank you very much. Right, now we'll move on to the Netflix Sudoku. The basic rules for Sudoku are that we need to place the numbers 1 through 9 in a column, a row, and in each 3x3 box. We're not allowed to duplicate letters within those regions. For the easy, I do my best not to use any inbox notes to use it as a. Let's see how well we do. Okay, so to start, we've got a 1 there straight away because this one looks through and that's all that's left. There's not anything else I can see as an easy solve with the ones. We'll carry on with this box up here though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't get anything jumping out straight away. Same with the 8s, but we do know that it's going to be in these top two. So when that looks across here with this 8 and these two come up, we end up with it being there. Got nothing to solve out these boxes with the 8s yet, or at least not enough. 9s are also not going to solve down nice and quickly. In this box we can get the 2. This one looking over. And that must be a 3. Which gives us 3 here. Next to this 3. We know that the 3 is somewhere here. It excludes from all of the bottom of this box, giving us here. We don't get the rest of the 3s with ease after that. We know that the 4s puts it in that corner. We don't have enough to solve off the rest of them yet. 5s, let's go in that. There, that one, which gives us that one, and now we've got all of the 5s. 6s, next to this one, you can see that the 6 has to go in this region. Across, which gives us this one. This 6 here, 6 in that box. Combine with the rest of them, we get 6 here. Get this 6 and this 6, and there's the 6s done as well. 7 goes there next to this one. I don't think we've got enough 7s. We've got enough filled out there to solve the rest of the 7s. But we can start getting at least one more 8. So thanks to this one and this one combined, we only have here. So they clear out all of the bottom of this box, and then we use this one to clear out the rest. So we are left with that 8. And then using these 3, it's the only place left. So the last 2 8s will solve down once we fill in more. 9 to up here. It's in the top box, which puts it in either of these, and then it will also be in either of these from the rest, which means it'll have to be there. Which puts it here and here. And then the last 2 are paired 9s, so that'll solve out on its own later. And the last one in here has to be a 1, which is this one, and this one, this one. The last ones will pair off there. 2s, we get the 2 here. And this one gives us that 2. These both look into this box, giving it here and here. And that's all the 2s solved. 3s, yeah, we've got enough filled out to start going through all of them. Okay, not all of them. We've got paired 3s here. Okay, now I've got enough to get through a bit more fours. And we can finish the fours. Fantastic. Sevens. We've got a little more for it now. Yeah. So using this one and this one, we are left with here. That one. Between this one and this one, we get there. It's the only one. Seven's the only one left in that box, which gives us 7 there. 8. Solves out there. 9. 1s and 3s. This last box is a 1. Okay, there's the easy Netflix Sudoku. That's a nice little one. From there, we'll move on to the medium. So from this point, I will start using the notice function, where we write little numbers in the boxes to know what can go there. They get a little more difficult, and I start needing to have the notes there to refer back to. We can't just, I at least can't just cycle through like I did with the numbers in the easy. Okay, where do I want to start? Let's have a click through just to cycle through the numbers to start with to see if we've got any gimmies. It's not looking like it. Excuse me. Okay, so we do have 1 gimme so far. That's the 5 there. Which gives us a 6 there. Okay, the 7s actually cut everything to there, which is quite nice. I don't think we're getting many gimmies on this puzzle. No. Okay, so now I want to go through box by box to see what we've got. I'm going to start with this one at the bottom. 2 can go in any of them so far. 3s, we can also put in any of them, but we're hoping that something will exclude down to making sure that at least 2 of the boxes are just a 2-3 pair. 4s, we are here and here. 5, and do we have 6s anywhere? Okay, so we do not get our nice, comfortable 2-3 pair to be able to exclude numbers from other boxes, which is a shame. Okay, let's go for the middle one. One's here. I don't think we've got anything excluding the 2s in this box. Then we have 3s, which are just along the bottom. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9. Again, no pairs, but it doesn't feel quite as cluttered as the previous box. Okay, so I'm going to go for this box here on the left. So start the 1s. Not got much to exclude there. 2s, again, not much exclusion. 3s, we are down to just that bit, which is nice. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to look ahead a little there, so we know that the 7 has to be in those 2, thanks to these 7s, which means the 7 can only be across the top. Then 8 can only be in these 2, and 9 can be along there. Okay, No pairs that I can see. Yeah, no pairs in that one. So we'll keep moving on until something starts to jump out at us. Okay, so we've got nothing excluding the one in all of these. The two we don't have much to go on. Three is already there. Four has to be in these ones. 5, 6, the 7 we've already filled out. The 8 has to be in the bottom there. And 9. Unfortunately, again, no nice, comfortable pairs. Yeah. Once I've got enough notes done, we can start looking at other things like full rows and columns. But for now, just stick by box by box. Okay, so the 5s end up being here, which means it excludes these 5s as well. So it has to be 5s there. 6s. We don't get any nice fancy exclusion patterns like that, unfortunately. So there. No, we already have 7, 8, 9. Again, no nice doubles. Bottom left box where I've already started with the 5s. The 2s. Quite a lot, unfortunately. 3. Same 4. Already done the 5s. 6. Let's go here. I already have 7, 8, and 9. So I'm not spotting anything quick about that box or even that row. So we'll keep on with the boxes and hopefully we will get somewhere. Let's see, so we've got 6s in quite a few places there. 7s, we don't actually have much to exclude them. Same with the 8. Although I might have spotted something that I'll get to in a second. 9s. Okay, so with the 8s, the only place that 8s can be in this box is here, next to these two. And in this box, they can go in a few places, but no matter what, they are always in these bottom two columns of this section, which means the 8 cannot actually go there or there. Isn't much, but it is definitely something. We've already started in with some of these boxes. So there's the 1, the 2s can go here and here. Same with the 3s. Okay, so that gives us a 2-3 pair, which means we can remove that 8, and that actually gives us an 8 there. Which doesn't solve out anything, but it does give us a little bit of progress. And then we have 9s. Oh, wait a sec. If that's 2-3 pair, that just has to be a 9. Which gives us the 9 there. And with the 9s being across there, we can remove the 9s from this these two boxes, which has also given us this 2. It'd help if I use the right input. There we go. 1 and 3 gives us this 1. We get 2 8 pair there, which means this can't be a 2, so it has to be the 7. And these are a 4 9 pair, so I'll just remove 2. Is that solved out anything else? Nothing at first glance. Because of the 2, this now has to be a 3, which gives us the other 2. Doesn't solve out the 2s, but it's given us a 3 and a 6 there. Nice little 2 4 pair here. Okay, so let's have another look at this box at the top, see if we can finish any of it. So 1 2 3 4 5. 6s we can't solve yet. But we can move on to. Okay. So 6s, so then we move on to 7s, and again, we can't solve them, but we can at least put a quick note. It's a 6 7 pair, which matches quite nicely with the 2 4 pair that we have in the rest of that column. So we'll finish doing the notes for this box over here. 1s have to be here, 2 3 4. 5s we've already filled out. 6, we don't have much to go on with the 6, but I'm noticing that there is something that needs altering down here that we'll get to in a minute. Get 7s, which here. The 8s I've already filled out, and 9s coverage with, which is fine. Actually, we don't, because the 9s have to be there, which actually removes some of that. That's fine. So it was the 6s that I noticed, and just before I put the 6 in there, which has been left, what we can do is, thanks to this pair of 6s, which have to be along this row, we can remove the 6s from here and here. So we do actually have a few things that we can start solving down next to that. Okay, so we've got a 5 9 pair then. 7 6, which gives us the 8. That 5 7 pair doesn't really do much, but the 6 there does. This one, and our last 6 goes here. We have a few other numbers that have now cancelled down into quick solves, so we will keep on going through and get and see where we end up. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to get through the majority of this puzzle just through process of elimination now. Yeah, this is all solving down quite nicely. That's the 4. What's that one? Is that the 1? Yes, I'd mistyped it. 4, 9, 4, 7, and last one is a 9. Okay. So, we are coming up on an ad break. I think what I'm going to do is trigger that now, a minute or so early, and from there we'll go straight into the hard difficulty Sudoku. Yeah, we'll be back very shortly. Welcome back from the ad break. Like I said, we're going to move on to the Netflix to done puzzled Sudoku hard difficulty now. I like to pause all puzzle solving during the ad breaks to make sure that no one actually misses anything. Because I understand that not everyone can sub to be able to get the ad-free experience, and those of you that are followers that have got me to this stage, I don't want to be cheating you guys out of any of the content that you've helped make be available. So again, like I did with the medium, I'm going to start by looking for any gimmies that the puzzle gives us, and it doesn't look like I'm going to get many. But this is the hard, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's looking like I'm going to get a few nice extra lines out of looking for, well, out of the notes when I start doing them, but it doesn't look like I'm getting any gimmies outside of that initial one, which is somewhat to be expected. Okay, so let's get to it with the notes. So I'm going to start in this top box that I've already selected. So we've got the 1, 2, and 3 already. Just select 4, just so I can look at the lines, and we are left with the 4s here. No worries. I think that's all it gives us. The 5s, however, are a lot egregious. 6s, we only get across the top. 7s, we don't actually have anything to exclude a box from being a 7 at the moment. Nor an 8. How about 9? Yes, 9s have to go here. Okay, that has given us a 7-8 pair, which means we can remove 7 and 8 from the other boxes. That hasn't sold us down any other pairs, unfortunately, but it does help us moving forward. Okay, let's try this box that I got the 1 in as a gimme. So for the 2s, we've got the corners. With the 3s, we just across the top, which will help when we get to the next box. 4, 5, 6, 7s have to go here. 8s in the corners, like the 2s. And the 9s, unfortunately, we very nearly had a 2-8 pair, but that has gone. We'll now try this top left box. So across here, 2s, those. Oh, the 3s. Have we got anything special about the 3s? Okay, we have something a little here. So, thanks to the ones that are actually filled out, we can exclude all but these 4 squares. And then, thanks to these 2, we can exclude at the top. So those are meant to be 3s and 4s. For the 4s, unfortunately, we have a lot that can be filled in. With 5, it is just the available corners of the box. 6 is already filled in. The 7. Okay, so with the 7, we have this one looking in, but also we have the 7s that have been penciled as a pair there, excluding that middle line, so it has to be in these. The 8s do something similar, giving it just the corners, and then with the 9s, unfortunately, it has to be along the center there. Okay, so we at least know that 139 has to be along here to finish the row, but that is all we've really learned from that box. Let's see if we can do anything with the center box now. We got the 1 and 2, so the 3s have to go here. 4s match up on the other side. 5s and 6s. We get there. We already have the rest, so that gives us the 4 here. Okay. Let's look at the box to the left of that. We have the 1s. Quite a few places there. 2s in these ones. 3, we don't have any major exclusions. So we've got here, and we've got these boxes, so that gives us that. The 4s, we're left with just the bottom boxes. The 5s. Again, I'm looking forward to see if there's any more like pairing 5s that I can put together that helps exclude things, but it doesn't look like there is. Which leaves us with 5s here, here, and here. 6s. Here, already got the 7 and 8, and then the 9s end up in the bottom. Okay, so that is a 4-9 pair at the bottom, which means we can remove the 6 and the 3. Does that give us anything interesting with the 6 and the 3? Okay, so that tells us that the 6 is up here, which is going to reduce a few things in this box, which we'll do next. And the 3, we have something similar. So yeah, we'll do this box next and see how those extra lines help. So we've got there, 2s here, and now is where we can look at the 3s, including, so we've got the 3s across these two, coming out the top 2 rows, giving us just here. 4s already 5. We don't have much excluding, so we fill out quite a few of that. 6s all across the bottom row, thanks to the penciled in lines that we have. 7s are also across the bottom row, this box at least, and the 8s have to be, and we already have the 9. Okay, so that again doesn't give us any nicely matched up pairs. We do have a triple here with 3, 6, 7, but the 3, 6, 7 is also not appearing anywhere else for us to do anything with that. Okay, so let's do this bottom center box now. 2's here, 3, 4, 5, so the 4s are here, 5s here, 6s, we have a few more 6s to fill in, we have the 7, 8 goes in all of the corners of this one, and 9 is just in the bottom here. Okay, so that's left us with like a hidden naked 8, and that doesn't give us any comfortable pairs that I can see. I'm just going to click through and see what's highlighted. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, so we've not got any nice comfortable pairs there to start making extra exclusions. Let's have a look at the box on the left. So we get quite a few 1s that we can fill in here. And I have just realized that I am in the wrong section. There we go. 2, 3. We don't have anything that excludes any 4s in this area. So we go everywhere. 5s, 6. Again, not much excluding there. So I've just spotted that we've got a naked 2 thanks to the 4. I'll go back to that once I finish this box because I've started. 7. Look at the 8s in quite a bit. Again, I'm eliminating a naked one. Nines having to be across there and there gives us nines here and here. Okay, so with the nines pairing up there like that, that means this on here has to be the 9. Okay, so I've got -2 here now, so I can fill that in. That doesn't actually exclude much, but it does give us the 1 here, 3 there. Which has given us a 4-7 pair in this box. So let's utilize that. Okay, that has not given us anything else, but it should be useful later. Okay, this is a 1-5 pair in here now, which means this has to be the 6. Which gives us this 3. Okay, that is all goes down this 4. It's 9. It's 4. It's 8. Okay, we get a nice little cascade out of that. Okay, so that's a 2-5 pair now, which means this has to be the 8. Which leaves us with a -8 there. We still don't have like a 7-9 pair or anything else up here. Okay, we do have this box though, where things have cascaded down a little for us. Yeah, it looks like we found one of the linchpins of this puzzle, and it's starting to solve down quite easily. Okay, so we'll have another look at this bottom box now. I will put the notes in. Two's there. Three's here. 4s. That's a 2-4 pair, so nothing else is going to go in those boxes. 5. Bottom. 6 can only go here because of the 2-4 pair. 7. Across the top with 3s, which gives us a 3-7 pair. 8s. Across the bottom. And 9 is already there. So from there we get this 6. Gives us this one. And where's the last one? In that corner. So that's all of the 6s done. Let's get this. 7, 8, 7, 9, 5, 4, 7, 9 there. 7, 4, 3. Yeah, so we've got this one. We are just filling in the numbers. Didn't need to find any additional pairs to make exclusions. There's the last number. I think that is the easiest hard difficulty one that I've actually done during the whole channel. I'm quite happy with the times on that one. So from there, I'm going to move on to the New York Times. I'm going to start with pips. So the basic rules for pips, if you have not joined us here on the channel before, is we are given a selection of dominoes that we have to fit into the grid. We are given some clues to be able to fill it in. The clues being these bits here with the coloured regions. So we get totals across either single or multiple cells, where the total value of the pips must equal that. So here would be a 0. Here we get a less than, which means whatever the numbers total to, they must be less than 6. Here it's less than 4, we've got another 0, and this equals means that all values in there must be equal to each other. We don't have any doubled. Oh, we've got a 2 there actually. So like one thing we know for sure, because they are dominoes, they are made of 2 pieces. They must fit like that. Let's see. What have we got two of? We've got 2 6s, 2 2s, and 2 3s. So that's what can go in those regions. We have 2 zeros. So, and they are connected to a 3 and a 6. Less than 4 gives us basically any of these and that half that can fit in here. Total less than 6 actually only gives us these two that we could use. But we can't use this one because we need both zeros for here and here, which means 6 is going to have to be that one. Which means we are left with 3s, 6s, 3s and 6s that need to go in here. Let's attempt it with the 3s. Okay, I can already see that this is not going to work, because now that we've done this, the only 0 that's left is this one, and then we have to make sure that something that equals less than 4 goes in here, and we've only got the 5 and 6. So we will do that bit again. So the 0 is going to have to be the 6. Get that. Get to do that, and then the less than 4 has to be the 3. Okay, that wasn't too bad for the easy pips. We'll move on to the medium. Okay, this one is looking a little more difficult. So we don't actually have a lot to go with for the geometry, because these two donut shapes can work with just a split down here and having dominoes go in a nice little chain. We can also have them intersecting over it. So we don't actually have anything to go off on the geometry. What we do have, though, is we've got several that are marked with 2s to start with, and we only have enough 2s that they must all be placed in one of the marked ones. So we get a little bit to work with there. So there are no zeros, which means this 2 cannot go like that. Or let's just quickly rotate like that. Which isn't much, but it's something. It can be done, however, like that, which would give us this. If we put another 2 in there, if we put this 2 up here, we fall over because there's not another 3. So that means that the other 2, like that, one would have to go like this. Yes, I am making an assumption on where we start with this one, but I know that we need some very large values to fill in this section here. So the only way we get a 4, and at this point, I don't think it matters which way around it goes, because either way we're going to end up with something that goes across there and fills this in. Yeah, I think we have to set it as like a full donut shape here. I don't think we can get away with that one. Unless we do that. So either way, the 4 has to go with the 6 extending into the 20. Which leaves us needing 14 with 3 dominoes. With what we've got available, that could be double 5. plus a 4. I am going to try this with it down. So if we try it this way, it gives us this. Then we need a 5 here, so this doesn't actually work. Which is why we want to try it, because it gives us answers like that. Okay, so to make the 10, we need either a 6-4 or a 5-5. It's the only way to make a 10 with the dominoes. So we could potentially do something like... welcome back. So we can potentially do something like this. Let's see what we get here. So that is 10, 15. Yeah, I think we've got this one. Because then from there, that now equals 20. We've got 3 left over there. We can put in the 2, 3 there. That was quite a nice one. I usually struggle with the hard one. All of the losses that I've had marked on pips so far have been from the hard difficulty. But we will give it a go and see what happens. Okay, this one looks interesting. So, first thing I want to do is go through and see which doubles can fit in our 4 sections. So, we just need to count through and see which values have got at least 4. So we've got 6s. I'll change colour on my pen for the next one. Let's have a look through the 5s. Yeah, we've got plenty of 5s that could fit there. Okay, 4s. 1, 2, 3. Not enough 4s, so it can't go. The 4s cannot go in either of here, but it could potentially go in one of the other doubles. What about 3s? Yeah, we've got enough 3s to do it with. Oh, I miscounted on the 4s. There's one I didn't spot. Do have enough 4s. We have enough 1s, but not enough 2s or blanks. Yeah, so I'll mark down the 1s as well. Okay, so we've actually got quite a few that could fit into either of these, unfortunately. We actually still don't have anything that gives us our geometry. Like the one thing we do know here is that the whole thing must equal 8, which means we need a 6-2, which we don't have, a 5-3, which we do have, or a 4-4. So one of these two has to go in here. And because we only have the one domino that equals 8 left after that, and that gives us a colour that stands out a little better. Like that actually tells us that the geometry ends up going like this. Just because if it didn't, we would have 3 dominoes that all added up to 8 as a self-contained thing, and that does not work. Okay, so we at least know what a geometry is. So from there we know that the doubles are taken up by the 2 orange sections, this blue and this green section. Because it's the only way to get equals. Now I'm going to clear off the colours so I can see them clearly. For doubles, we have 5, 5, 3, 3, 6, 6, 4, 4, and 1, 1. Yeah, that's it. Ah, no. There we go. Just realised trying to clear off all the colours down here. Also got rid of my nice little geometry. I don't have to try and remember what that's going to be. Yeah, it's kind of quiet, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Like it's something for me to keep doing, and the footage can all go on YouTube, ready for if anyone wants to watch. I know that Duck Wizard was commuting on their way home from work, so there has likely been issues with the bus and the signal. But I appreciated them dropping in at all, nonetheless. Okay, so let's have another look at these doubles. So we had enough 5s and 3s and 4s, 6s. Oh no, we had enough 5s, 3s, and 6s to do. Yeah, 5s, 3s, 6s, and 1s for this section. So what I want to find is which ones of them also have. So we've got a 5, 3 there. We have 5, 1. So I'm trying to look at what the connects are so that we can fill out the extra zones, or at least make an attempt. But we didn't have enough 4s, so I have a suspicion that the 4s are going to be around here somewhere. We might be able to reuse the 6s if we have a 6 up here. So what have we got connected to 6s? Blanks. So I think we should attempt to start like this. From there, we need the last 6 to go in here, which gives us the 4s. From there, we run out of 4s. So I know that that does not work. Which is actually useful. We can also if we attempted to do it this way, it wouldn't work because then we'd be going into doubles from the 6. Oh no, because this will be our 4s, so we can actually try the 4s here. See what happens. No, because then we're into 4 and blank. So what we might be able to do is it this way and having the 4 blank at the top. Give us a blank 6 over here, which means that has to be a 2 attached to something to make an 8, which is either a 2 or a 3, because we don't have 4, 4 left. Firstly, we'll get this 6 out of the way. And then we don't have any 6s left over, thanks to this. Okay, so we are gradually finding out that this is not stuff. So 6 and 4. So through process of elimination, I'm at least figuring out which one the yellow isn't, which is useful. So now we can try it with the 1s. Now we'll keep working down. We'll start with 6. We've done 4. Did we have enough 5s? We did. So we will start with 5. That leaves with 5, 3, 5, 2, and 5, 1. We do have enough 1s for the 1 to go in here. So we will put. Then we're left with 1, 2, which doesn't work as we don't have enough 2s to fill out here. just before, reveal there. So just before we go back into that, there is an ad break. Hi, welcome back. Um, just in the middle of New York Times hard pips. We'll carry on where we left off. So from here, we figured out that this one can't be the ones. That doesn't mean that we can't attempt the ones the other way round. We can't reuse the double there, because if we use the double one, we'd need a 7, which we can't do. If we do that, we only need a 6. Can't be the blank. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we will need a minimum 2, 3 doubles, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 doubles left. So it could be either of these. We know that we can't use the 2 in here because we don't have any doubles with a 2. So let's try the 5, 3, which gives us this. With 2, what have we got left? Okay, we can't actually do it this way either. So we've learned that it is not a 5 in this section. So let's pull everything out. This one does seem to be mostly me doing it by process of elimination, but it's the only way I can think of to get my start point. Other than that, I know that these are the double 4 is likely not in like one of the ones that contain an 8. So the 4s are likely to be around here somewhere, is all I know. But with the 3s, we can attempt this. I'll try the 5s here. Double 5, which leaves us with a couple of options. it has to be the 5-1 because we still do not have a double 2. Okay, what 3s have we got left? 2, 3. It also cannot be this because we appear to have. Oh, yes, it can. I have just put the domino in the wrong way. User error, not puzzle. Okay, so again, we start to fall over here. Because the moment that happens, we need another 3, and we do not have any. So it is starting to feel like we need to have 1s in the center. So now we will trial that. So let's keep the notes up to date. We already know it can't be 2, so I'll mark that there. So this means it should be the 1s in here. And now we need to figure out which way things go. So from here we have a 1, 5 and a 1, 2. Not got a double 2, so come on. So it can't go at the bottom. This one, I'll have to go here. Then we have double 5. We have 2 different 5s left. One is a 2, which means it can't go there. Choose this and this. Okay, what 2s have we got left? Either 2, 3, requiring a 5 to make an 8. Or a 2, 5, requiring a 3 to make an 8. I believe we can do it with either. So if we do that, we need 3, which can only be found here. To make the rest of the 8, we need a 6. Do we have any? Okay, so the one thing I'm missing here now is we still need one that adds to 8 there. Okay, so to make the rest of that, we need a 6, and then we need another 4 here. Which I can't do with that because then I would need to do this and this, and I can't make up the 8 in the center. Okay, so with that, let's try this way around, which gives us 5, 2, which requires a 6. If we do it this way, we still can't do it. So, okay, I am starting to struggle a little here. I can't make the 8 and the double in the center with this sort of configuration. So there is a quick reset button. There is not. Oh, yes, there is. Clear. Okay, so I've obviously done something wrong in my calculations somewhere. So we did, like the one part that I was fairly sure of, we don't have enough dominoes add up to 8 directly. We have 1 there, 1 there. Do not have a 6, 2, which means we can't have that many totaling 8. So get the geometry drawn again. Okay. Okay, so what doubles have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We have 5 doubles, and we need to use 1, 2, 3, and 4 across across pre-declared, like equals, which means we will have one somewhere that crosses a cage. We also know that this has to be one of these two. So for now, let's just pull that one out and say that it's this one, which reduces the amount of fives we have available, which we will need to be in one of these. I'm going to try starting with fives in here again. I know I've tried it before, but so we know the 5-2 can't go here because we don't have double 2. That would have to be there. And then we get again. Right, so it definitely can't be 5. If we use that. Because if we do this, we end up with 3s, which we can have. And where is our next 3? There we go. And then we end up with 2s here. So again, we can't have the 5s along there. And we will try it again with 6s. If it turns out that I have just made a logical fallacy about the geometry, then I will find this one unsolvable, and that will be our 4th chalked up loss on pips. The difficult one has got me a few times. Okay, so 6s we've got available. We do not have a double blank for us to use the blank going this way. We do have, however, a double 4, so we will attempt it this way. What 4s does that leave us with? That leaves us with a 4 blank, so that does not work. So this cannot be double 6 either. Now we try it with the 4. Then we are left with a 4-6. We don't actually have enough 4s to attempt this one. So we know from trial and error, again, it's not 6, 5, 4. Let's try it with the 3. Okay, that has left us with 5, 3, 3, 2. We still don't have any double 2s to attempt to put the 2s in the bottom. So the only orientation with 3 that we can get is this, which forces our double 5 here, and then we can have only 5, 1 from the selection here, and the double 1 there. Here we are left with only this, at which point it all collapses again, because we do not have another 3 to use in here. 5s. Which means we're going to have to attempt with the 1, as we still do not have a double 2. So 3 and the 2, the things it cannot be. Right. We only have 2 options, and again, we still cannot use double 2 in here. So that gets us up here, gives us the 1, 5 at the bottom, with the 5, 5. We do not have a, if we use the 5, 2, we still do not have a double. We are left with that. That can be a 2, 5 now, because we have the 3 available. If we use the 3 there, we require 6s. Okay, from here, the only thing we've got left that can make an 8 is that, which means our double would have to be there, which gives us either 6, 0, and I still do not have something that makes 8. Do I? Can I get this? I think I can. I think right at the end we pulled it back there. Yeah, and there we go. It took a little longer than usual, but I'm very happy with that. I say a little longer than usual. We had to do it twice because I miscalculated something with the trial and error. But 21 minutes for one of the hard difficulty pips. I'm very happy with that. From here, we will move on to the Wordle. Okay, so the rules for Wordle are we must find a 5-letter word. Every time we input a word, it will color code the letters that we from each one, telling us whether if it's grey, it's not in the puzzle. If it's yellow, it's the right letter, just used in the wrong place. And if it's green, it's the right letter in the right place. And we have 6 attempts to guess the word of the day. Nothing in my channel branding gives me a starting word. So we will start with steel. It hits 4 out of 5 of some of the most common letters used in these words, and gives me absolutely nothing. Okay, and now that I have eliminated the E and the A, all I can think of is words containing them. Okay, let's try bound. It's the only word I can think of at the moment that actually fits. Okay, so all that we know from the 2 guesses so far is that we have an O in it somewhere, which is not a lot to go on. Okay. All we know is that the O cannot be in the second slot. I wanted to attempt ghost there, but we know that the S and the T are not available. Voice would have the O, and it would also contain E, so we can't have that one. Crimp would not contain the O. Pious, which is a suggested word from an earlier stream, wouldn't fit because we no longer have the S or the U available. Okay. This is something of a game channel now, so let's try chomp, as in chain chomp. Okay, we know where the O is. This is worrying. um, um, my brain just went for float, and the only thing that works there is the O and potentially an F. The rest of the letters we've already eliminated. We can't get away with voice thanks to the C and the E already being gone. Fruit does not contain the O. Tried to think of quote, but again, we don't have the U, the T, the E. There's not a lot there we did have. We can't get Brook because B is already gone. Yeah, it's yeah, I know. I'm really struggling. Thankfully, this one isn't timed. We only have like guess limits, not time limits. For um, I'm also starting to wonder if we have like a double O. So maybe something like that. But we don't actually have enough. I say enough. We don't have the right sort of letters for to get much that would work. I don't have to contain the O if I want to have one throwaway guess to try and get extra letters. And I want to try, even though I know that two of the letters are not in here. Okay, so that's given us a bit more to work with, but still not a lot. Rio? Did we get anything there? I don't think so. Something. Oh, maybe. Work for that, which means it's probably that. No, I don't even see anything that can work for that. R O so it can't be Riot because we use up the T. Also, that's 4. Can't be Rough because we don't have the UH. I don't think I'm going to get this one. This might be our first ever Wordle loss. So just making sure my tracker is still active. Let's try and get this one done in the next 3 or 4 minutes because we've got an ad break coming up. Right, I think I might need one more throwaway. But again, I can't. Like, I don't want to use. I cannot think of a. Um, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to use another throwaway. See if this gives us an. Wow. So. Fiery. Oh, I figured it out from that one. I spelled it. It's I4, like elephant tusks. Ooh, really struggled with that one. Usually we do a little bit better. Okay, so that is all the standard dailies that we do for the New York Times and Netflix combined. Yeah, it was tight there. I think after that we're gonna do some of the chess puzzles. There is an ad break coming, so I'm gonna push that a little early, and then we'll jump straight into the chess. So I will I will see you all again shortly. Hi, welcome back. So we finished with most of the daily puzzles that we tend to do with Netflix and New York Times. So from here, we're going to move on to my chess.com puzzles, starting with chess.com daily. Sometimes I struggle to notice whether or not I am trying to win material or go for mate. But we will crack on and find. So I have a sneaking suspicion that here we start with the king and rook fork. No? Okay. I tend to need quite a few hints on these anyway, so I'm not overly worried about getting it. We can also go straight for check there, which doesn't achieve anything. Um, use a hint. Okay, so if it has to use this, are we? Where are we going with this? Are we trying to build a cage for the king? No. Okay, and now we go for the. Okay, this is throwing me off quite a bit. Okay, and then from here we can go for check there. I'll go there. Actually, yeah. I nearly didn't spot that last check because this makes it mate because the rook is guarding these three squares. Whilst the bishop guards the other escapes, and just comes in final section of. I'm not worried about the fact that I needed to use quite a few hints for that one. I am going to mark it up as a loss because it needed to tell me a full move. If all I require is like hints on the daily, I will mark it up as a victory currently. But using a full move hint is where I'm going to draw the line. So after that, we will move on to the more general chess puzzles. I will always make sure to get at least the daily 3 for the and after that we will go either until the streak breaks um, or we've done like a handful of extra puzzles, whichever happens first. Okay, so here we can set up for mate. Basically, our knight appears to be in the way of us having a nice queen bishop battery here. So I think we need to goad the queen into taking whilst there is check with the knight, and then from there we can push the queen forward. Oh, it's not making us do the second step, which is fine. Okay, black to move for checkmate. Um, okay, so what I'm seeing at the moment is we can move the queen here. That doesn't give us checkmate. It only gives us check, but the only escape for the king there is to move back here, at which point we can chase the king back to there, where we are guarded by the knight and the king has no escape. Yeah. Okay, black to move for checkmate. I to move here, which gives us a nice check on the king. Its only escape is to move there, at which point we can take the rook with the rook and secure victory. Yeah. So that's daily 3. I'm going to do a few more, either until I decide we are done with the chess puzzles or until the streak breaks, whichever happens first. Black to play for checkmate. Okay. So we're not actually under a great threat here. We can ignore that bishop entirely. Although, yeah, there's ideas that white is trying to build towards by blocking us in here, but we can ignore all of that, I think, and where can we go with this? Okay, I don't think I can get away with the plan that I had. So with the rook where it is, we have this all guarded. Can't get in here. If we try going in here, the queen can just take us. For some reason, I was looking at it as if we were on the white square, which, if we were, the bishop would have just taken us anyway. But if we had the white square, we could have just jumped onto the same file as the rook, and that would have been mate. There is nothing that could have been done about it. So what can we do instead? If we take here, then the king can just take. If we take here, it has this square to escape to, and then we can move. Yes. So I was right about where I needed to end up. I just didn't see the path to start with. Okay. Let's move on to another one. Okay. Black playing for checkmate. Okay. Can't just advance straight on the king. If I do that, then I lose the queen entirely. That's the bishop, the queen, and the king can take, as there would be nothing protecting the queen. I can use this to maybe move the queen away, whilst forking the king and the rook. So the queen would have to take, as the king can't escape on its own. And then from there, I can possibly take the rook. But then the queen can retreat. Yeah, no, okay. So I was right there, it couldn't be that one. I was, so, yeah. So this would be a smothered mate. So when we move the rook, the knight here, sorry, this pawn cannot take, because the pawn taking would expose the king to checkmate by queen. Yeah, so I missed the smother's mate, and that broke our streak, but it is still a victory. We didn't need it to tell us the actual. Bit disappointed in myself there. Usually the streak goes on until like about 5. I think at one point we had a streak of like a 7, which I was quite happy with. Okay, that is it for our standard daily puzzles. I think I'm going to go back to the Netflix puzzles for a couple of the extra dailies, just because we've got through quite a bit already. So if we go back here, we can ignore the Starstruck counter as we're not actually going to be playing Starstruck. We'll be giving the Bonza a try. Basically, it's what if we took a solved Scrabble board and broke it up into jigsaw pieces. The words are usually based around a theme. So we've got Bugged by Buzzing for the title today. So let's see what we've got. Okay. I already have a sneaking suspicion what some of it is. So out there and Bumble B. So I've got a free floating wasp, which is wonderful. E.T. Okay, there we go. Hornet. Section Nat. Yes. So wasp is going to go somewhere. Okay, so this one is going to be locusts. Ah. That's going to go here. And then the last one is cicada. Okay, I like that one. I've had a bit more trouble with them in the past. Let's do the crossover. It's like a mini crossword, except we already have all of the letters that we need, except some of those letters can also be emojis that stand for more than one letter at a time. Thank you for starting the timer without loading everything. So, like the emoji example that we have here is mad. This one tile counts as all three letters. So let's get back here. Alan Gromick title for a woman. I think this is Madam. Yep. Then we've got Vogue pop singer who famously wore comb bras. Madonna. Is that double N? Yeah. Okay, I'm doing better with this one than I did with yesterday's. That took me a few false starts. Like a scrapped mission. No, let's go back to that one. Small opening. Anno? Waterway in Venice, LA, and Venice, Italy. It's not just in Venice. We've got these waterways here in Chester. This is a canal. Mustang by the car. Sweet Dreams, Annie Lennox originally sang it. And then over here, oh wow, we hit 30 out of 40 followers, so that's fantastic. Chappelle, if my mate Wilson could see this, they'd have been screaming at the screen the whole time that I've not been looking at the clip. And that has left us with no go to scrap the mission. Yeah. Okay. Didn't mind that one. Keywords. Or Waywards, I think it's actually called. Yeah. Is a word search where we have to build a path on theme with the title. If we find words that are not on theme, we do still eliminate them. but we end up with a clue instead. So lion's mane mushroom. I know of that one. No. Okay. So Portobello. Okay. Um. So it hasn't joined everything because it's not part of the path yet. Enoki? Like that one was process of elimination because it had to fill in the um, path. So this is that double L for the real word? Maybe Olum. Pork is an actual word. Reach. No? Oh, I doubt it's that, but that's funny. Nico. Amico. Ooh. Right, there's one. Shiitake. Uh, I'm struggling with this one. Apparently, I do not know as much as I thought about mushrooms. Shim is a word, not on theme enough, apparently. Meat is a word. Name, no, not cool. Okay. UPS. I was not expecting to get that one. So, what is this gonna be? Um, it can't be Ishi. Reishi? Okay, I've never heard of that last one. So that's on me. So I did struggle a bit with that one, but it's a nice little puzzle. Okay. I also like doing the key smash. It gives us a word with missing vowels and a clue, and we have to figure out what it is. And with it being Mamma Mia, I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be about ABBA song, so I'm not impressed. No, okay. Right, fashion house based in Milan. That'll be Prada. Yeah. True or false on a quiz? Maybe. Check. No, it can't be. Because we're given all of the vowels. Um, oh, I don't know this one. Difficult ones in today. Gulf of Guinea is off the coast of it. Ah, you might say the book was better after seeing this type. Add. Ah, um, true or false on a question. Hmm, don't know this one. Oh, yes, I do. It's a choice. Uh, when the US Open Tennis Champion starts. Month. Okay, so I had a little bit of trouble with some of the dailies on Netflix today. I'm quite happy that some of those ones gave me a bit of trouble, actually. We've got about 10 minutes before another. Is there another puzzle I can be failing at um, like on the New York Times games? Let's go on to the games. Why are you giving me all of these menus? Let's try it through the Pips window. It's usually a little easier to get the tab for it right at the top. Okay, I'm not doing the spelling bee. Let's try strands. I don't mind strands. Okay. String together words. If they are not on theme, we get points towards a hint. Green. Okay. Today's theme just right. So, okay, fitting is one of them. That's nice. Made. Okay, I think I've found the string word. Tailor made. Yep. Because it's just right, it is exact. Table. I was expecting that. We have a suit. Mouse misclicking there. No, okay. Let's try the hint. Deals is another hint. Ideal. There we go. Seemly. Okay. Blue. Okay, so that's perfect. Suitable. There we go. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. I usually have a little bit more trouble with strands. Connections, I don't mind, but I'm not very good at. But we'll have a look. Okay, so we need to have a group of four. We get a 4x4 grid, and we have to find out the four different themes that the four groups are in. So we have turn signal, traffic cone, brass tacks, food court, the Lorax, lip service, ticket counter, bottom line, duty free, nitty gritty, manic butterfly, monkey bars, wedding reception, goldfish cracker, baggage claim, and basic facts. Okay, so I've already got one. So we've got lip service. Oh, we've got basic facts, brack tax, nitty gritty, and bottom line. They're all different terms of phrases of like getting to the point of things. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I'm putting myself on a bit of a timer because there is another ad break coming up in 5 minutes. If I have to, I will pause in between, like I did for the last ones. Monic Butterfly and the Lorax, Goldfish Cracker, and Monkey Bars, like they all have stuff to do with the environment and animals. No? Okay, cool. I was not expecting to get that one. I was stretching. Ticket counter, traffic cone, baggage claim. No, like things that you would find at an airport. So maybe a ticket counter? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we're getting somewhere. These have to do with traffic. I have no idea how a wedding reception and a goldfish cracker are similar. I always struggle with the purple. Like last time, it was stuff that all of these things are the same if you change the last letter. Threw me entirely. Um, Colourful, 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 colourful. Oh, let's try that. Okay, so I've got one more try, and I feel like I am just guessing. But I've tried those two, so decided let's put that one in and fail horrifically. Really? Things that are orange. Of course. I thought monarch butterflies were multicolored, which gives us this last one, which is ending in words for cellular connectivity. Service, bars, signal, reception. Okay. See, like the purple ones are. Okay, so that's the majority of our bonus puzzles for today. After the ad break runs, we're going to try a couple of the additional puzzles that we are trialing out from the Telegraph. So if you join me in a couple of minutes for that, we'll be back shortly. Hi, welcome back. So now that we've finished with some bonus puzzles, we are going to move on to trialing out some of the Telegraph daily puzzles. I tried one called um, Kakarot, this one up here, um, this one up here, when during yesterday's stream, and as much as I don't mind it, it does seem like it's a very long-winded puzzle, at least for me. We got over 20 minutes into it, and I think I had solved 8 out of the 35 letters, numbers that are available in it. So we're going to try some of the word puzzles today. Let's have a look at cogs. Okay, so we have to rotate blocks of 4 to form words using only the white squares. Okay. We don't have any clues or a theme. Okay, so it seems like in general, these are going to be much much harder puzzles than we're encountering elsewhere. Okay, so these are just blocks for they don't actually intersect with each other. Wizardry. Okay, I think I've got one word there. Wormwood. Okay, so I think I've actually got the corners there, which means we've got right, and oh, maybe I don't have the corners. Okay. Yearbook. Okay. Well, I'm definitely finding some. Soda, duo, zinc. It's a type of metal. Yes. No. Okay. Which means I just need to finish these sides. Oh, of it. Dance. Day. Break. Which means I'm left with this one. Spa. Okay. I didn't mind the cogs. I think we will include that in future if people enjoy it. I am not going to be sharing my results or gifting puzzles. Let's go back to their puzzle page and see what else there is. So we've done cogs for the day. Let's just try across the top, see what we have. So each round presents a related question, and you must determine the correct order. Completing all 3 rounds finishes the puzzle. And it's stuff about the interface. Okay, let's actually change the font size just to make sure that you guys can see what's on my screen. Numbers missing from song titles. So this is Summer of '69. 2 Tribes. Beatles, 8 Days a Week. 500 Miles and 7 Nation Army. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Geography next. Great. Asian countries by size. Right, I'm guessing China is the largest. Afghanistan, vaguely remember seeing maps during the US and UK conflict there that it's bigger than you expect. Oh no. India, China, Saudi, Afghan. That's okay. So I was close. Geography is not my strong point, and even less the sport. Fantastic. Blackpool's starting positions by distance from the centre of the table. Nearest the centre, we have blue. This is one of the very few sports I actually watch. Not religiously, but yeah, if I know it's on the telly, I will watch. Okay, so we've got blue, then we've got the pink right to it. Black is the furthest. Yellow's on the edge, brown's there, so yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that one. I think that's mostly just because I got lucky. I got a little lucky with some of the categories there. Let's have a look at their mini. Okay, so this appears to just be a mini crossword. I believe that the paid subscription for the New York Times also has something similar. Cut off end as of a used ticket. Stub? Ah, stub. Yeah, because you get ticket stubs. Mineral ore. Um, unable to see. Blind. Lubricant. Oil, maybe? I'm going to leave that one for now. Handmade crafts website. Etsy. Uh, my partner has one of them, or was looking at setting one up. She does lots of crochet stuff. Works hard. Toils. Not here very often. Divans, cots, because it's plural, all we need there is the S. High pitched woodwind instrument. Oboe. Illuminated, lit. So I was right about oil. Okay, that was quite a nice one. I think in future with the Telegraph, what we'll do is try and do this selection because these seem to be going through quite nicely. So we can just have a bit of fun with some of the dailies. Okay. So we have a crossword as well as a bonus one that we would have to. It's not actually. Okay. And then we've got the same sort of interfaces earlier. All right. Film prize. Oscar. Task. No. Billiard shot. Macro. Anagram. Nope. Savory taste. Umami. They don't have a notes function. I think that's right. Take it easy. Not clue. Happen. No, that's wrong. It's occur. I think that's how you spell occur. Embarrassment. Shame. The something. Dreaming of you band. The. If I didn't get this, I've got a few friends who. Oh, no, that's wrong. It's not going to be the Clash because the A is in the wrong place. The chain? Because that's the name of the Fleetwood Mac song. Okay, let's actually go back to task because I think that is chore. Let's scent, smell, aroma. So it looks like I was right with umami. Or maybe not, because new version of the song, re something. It's a remix. Which means for take it easy, this becomes relax. Is that coral? Carom. I don't know that. So the plus word. Did we have like an extra letter that it's meant to have? Double check what the plus word stuff is. Okay, so we don't have any green. Okay, so we have SHI and X. I don't have two. At least one square incorrect. Okay, so I am going to clear that, and I'm not going to lie, I am going to check the whole. I don't want to reveal. I want to check. There we go. Check grid. Okay, so I am right with all of the clues. It is figuring out the plus word that I'm just doing wrong. We have a given of SHI and X. We now have to deduce what else is in here. I don't think there's anything else that we have for it. So we don't have an additional clue. Let me just double check the how to play. But in a different column than it does in the crossword. Okay, so we do have essentially Wordle rules. So the SH cannot be here, and the IX cannot be here. Which means we can have like ish. We need an X. Yeah, thought so. So let's clear that. We can have 6 something. I'm struggling a bit with this one. It's not even giving us a theme. I don't have all of them. I am going to ask it to reveal a letter. So the H goes there. So which means we probably have the S there. I want it to be ish. Yeah, I know. Having an X in it is. Oh, is it? No, not that. Okay. I am at a loss. I am going to reveal. We were given the H, weren't we? Keep revealing TH as. Okay, right. Okay. That was a little trickier at the end than I expected. Um, Having no clue for the plus word and being a letter short really threw me off. Let's try another quick crossword. Like Renault car model. Nope. 5 cent coin. Is that a nickel? Mixer with gin is a tonic. Feels contrite. Nope. Hint is also a hue. Abnormally fat. Obese. Coolinate. What? No. Disbelief. No. Pariah. Outcast. Do away with. Nothing off the top of my head. Annoy. No. Hitchcock film. There's many. Entertain. Wild. In a chair. Manner. Type of biscuit. Maybe digestive or hobnob. Short crust, like they just don't fit the word profile. No. Recess. Okay, I was going to say break, but that doesn't fit. Oh, excuse me. Maybe a quick crossword is not so quick for me. Family. Kin. Okay, I can get that. Nimble. Line. Be pushing it down. Fear. Stop temporarily. Berkshire Town. No, works out. Stretch. Large flat fish. Oops. No, that doesn't fit. Place doesn't fit. Unless it's just place. But I'm sure there's an I in it. Clerical title abbreviation. That's Reverend. Hitchcock. Okay, so it's not going to be The Birds. Like Wild is just making me think of Let the Wild Rover, which, you know, if we put rovers fits, but they tend to tell you when it's a plural. Renault car. So we've got Renault Clio Picasso, maybe? No. Feels contrite. I have no idea what colonnade is. Telegraph is a British publication, so it's not like there's going to be like things that are going to should throw me off entirely. Recess. Recess is like an American term for like a break. We also have recess, as in something is recessed. It is backwards and stuff. It's like dipped back and stuff. But no, in danger. No, no. I think I'm just gonna have to accept that I'm not very good at crosswords. So yeah, I'm gonna call it on that one. The quick one turned out not to be so quick for me. Let's have a quick look at the pangram. Create words of 4 letters or more, always using the center letter. No proper nouns and plurals. Okay. Must be in the Oxford Dictionary of English. Can only use each letter once per word. And there will be a 9-letter. Okay, so we get the first one I've spotted is hinge. I can't reuse that, so I can't get height or tithe. Yeah, girth. Hmm. Oh, we can get there. as in like an heir apparent. Apparently, there is a lot of words we could be finding here. Neither. Don't think that's it. No, I'd need another E for that one. It's mint, but that doesn't contain H. You have night though. Also gives me might. Which gives me might here. So close to the panagram now. No, I think I'm going to leave the panagram. Worth trying. Glad I did, but I think we'll stick to the other four in future. Is there anything else that I want to give a stab at? Right, these ones, I'm not going to be able to do it if I was already struggling with the quick. I don't want to do another Sudoku. We can have a quick look at code words. Letters are substituted for, or numbers are substituted for letters. Okay, we have some given letters. We are not given any clues. All we know is what we have to start with. So we could try this as, for example, or even tall. But no, like this is one that I'm not going to be able to solve. Okay, like that is what it is. You know what? Just because we're here, let's have a look at the 1% club for me to fail as well. Play with timer off. 5 logic questions that increase in difficulty. Let's go. Shanti is bored and removes her sunglasses, keys, pen, and train ticket and lipstick from her handbag, puts them in alphabetical order, and takes a photo from above. Which of these is the correct photo? So, keys, lipstick, pen, KLM, ST. This one. Okay. An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman walk into the bar. Which one is wrong? Is it the Scotsman? Because it's meant to say Scottish. No? Okay. Is it? Yes, I missed that there. Englishman is spelt wrong. Let's carry on, see what we get. What is the message? I have no idea. Okay, it looks like I'm not going to be able to do the 1% clubs most of the time. I'd already failed anyway. But we do have a nice little selection of ones that I did enjoy doing. So we will carry on with cogs, sorted, plus word, and the mini. Like, we will do them again in future. I was quite happy with that. But I think this is where I'm going to call the stream for today. Thanks very much to everyone that did manage to join. We will hopefully I'll have time to do it tomorrow. I'm currently unsure. It should be a very busy day tomorrow. But you know where to get the alerts for upcoming streams, and I will also post if we are not going to be streaming that day. So we'll have to find out. Thanks to everyone who did manage to make it. We will see you soon.